Okay, so we got Homicidal Sabot Maker. Alright, that's cool. So I still haven't read any of the books yet. But we are going to put the letter under the door. And we are going to take the key by poking it. And then grabbing this. Alright. And then I'm gonna use the key. Oh wait, I'm gonna have to look up first. Hold on. Use the key. And I'm gonna save the game. Alright, brace yourselves for a jump scare, guys. Brace. Turn down your volume. Take off your headphones. We're gonna open the door. And alright, no jump scare. Not yet anyway. Alright, so these guys make shoes for a living. A whetstone? Alright, I can sharpen stuff. Bloody handprint. The beauty she shines off. Alright. Seed bag. Okay. I'm basically just accumulating more and more books that we're gonna have to read all at once soon. Alright, a jug. How is this one house? Like, how is there so many... What? No, shut up. How are there so many items in this tiny house in this one game? Like, have we actually used all of these? We haven't used all of these yet. This is so... I've installed so many items! Alright. Invisible world. Okay, more books. What is door on wall locked? I need a key for it. Okay. Can I just use door on wall? Can I just use the key that I just found? Apparently not. Okay, here's a key. Nope. We're not using that. Wardrobe. Alright, brace for a jump scare. Never mind, there's no jump scare. Black dress. I just took a black dress. I am going to put on the black dress because that's the kind of guy I am. No, you can't wear the black dress. Okay. Okay. There's a lamp here. Can't do anything with it. A bed made of wood. Doesn't feel as old as the rest of the house. Okay. Not useful. Alright. Reading time. Seals use read that. Rituals of Our Lady. Okay, I want to take a drink of water. Alright, what is this? Crazy symbols. Given the nature of the cult, dedicated to the carnality and the glorification of life in all its numerous forms, devotion to the Great Mother requires, amongst the many and complicated rituals, the use of at least 2 types of sacred blood. The first, which I have hitherto discussed in depth in another essay, is the blood of the sacred tree of life. The second, no less important or sacred, is the red blood of the goddess, to be prepared according to a distinct and particular ritual, in preparation for those greater ones which will follow. The esoteric nature of this process is double, seeing that on one part, this precious blood prepares the material for the major rituals of the cult, and the other, its correct application, relates to the studies of its young male followers. Whilst preparation of the characteristic red candles used for the ritual is the task of the young maidens, and the men cannot learn its secrets. Proceeding with our main argument, I will now explain the procedure for the preparation of the red blood of the goddess. As just mentioned, the primary instrument for the ritual is a blood-red candle of specific manufacture. One preparing to perform the ritual with a common candle must be backed by a very strong faith and a solid will so as to counter the lack of this instrument. If one ever has the fortune of finding in a temple or a blood-red candle of a brilliant and clear hue, brought by a young maiden raised amongst the faithful of the goddess, this instrument, together with the correct procedures, would permit the preparation of the red blood of the goddess with no error. The manner, time, and prayers needed for the manufacturing of the ceremonial candles remain obscure, and some claim, without any element to support this explanation, that amongst the ingredients was the first blood of the maidens responsible for the ritual. Being unable to follow the secret procedure, our counsel is to obtain a pure red candle. Once obtained, the candle must be placed by clean hands within the ceremonial symbol reproduced in this code, exactly in the center. Then the celebrant must light the wick and wait as he prays that drops of welted wax, now having become red blood of the goddess, do not drip from the purified candle of the ritual. Okay, basically all of that just means we have to put the candle in the middle of the symbol. Oh great. About masks. Alright, about masks. Oh look, we've got 3 of them. We're missing, well, we got 1, but that's got a head stuck to it. Alright, and that the scholar of magical practices must always keep in mind this assumption. The eyes are within the face, and they not only see on the basis of what they encounter, but also on the basis of the face that hosts them. This allows them to be aware of the same impression in a different manner. Therefore, knowledge is the result of the observation of external facts and our interior world. Our senses act like theatrical machinery working behind the curtains to change the scenery. For this reason, a mask which is created in form and substance like a face could alter the perception of who wears it. Therefore, we shall herein discuss the creation of these masks. Okay, we don't care about that. And it is kenned that the more someone approaches death, the more they obtain a clear vision of all that concerns death itself. And it will be possible in the end for them to perceive the secret bond between the blood spilled and the soul of those who killed them. This is the secret of the idol of the assassin. It is capable of revealing the secret bond between the actions of a person and that which of mortal and blood is bound to such actions. A bond that is normally invisible. And the most puissant idol, with the greatest revealing capacity, once it is befittingly prepared, is verily that of truth. It will reveal every secret bond to whomever holds it. It is also the bringer of great danger and unforeseeable trouble, as there is no filter for its enlightening power. It will be therefore possible to see things which extend beyond the bearer's capacities of understanding or of endurance. Like the darkest side, that secret labyrinth of criminal desires and intentions which root in the depth of the soul of mankind. However, at the same time, this capacity will give access to positive secrets, to sacred and hidden things, even to places which would be unreachable in another manner. And because of this, it is worthwhile to discuss the strife and peril for the discovery and utilization of the idol. Okay, there's 2 masks. Documents of love and connected rituals. Amongst the most sacred rituals of the goddess was that of marriage. That guy is wearing a top hat. This is not ancient times, this is modern times. It's got a top hat, huh? It was remarkable that even more obvious that the ritual was centered on matriarchy and the figure of the woman, who was allowed polyandry. However, the woman tended to satisfy that which we can define as romantic impulses by choosing a favored one, and they had the right not to let other women marry him. It seems, however, that this practice did not prevent the favored ones from promiscuous practices. It is to be emphasized that the groom in marriage was intended as a gift from the goddess, considered by men to be mother and wife. It is in fact kenned that men who converted were so driven by an overwhelming and often destructive love towards the goddess. As a consequence of this all, it is natural to consider matriarchal lineage and the possibility of a woman repudiating the chosen man. Quite typical, including for requirements of discretion and secrecy, was the April wand. Even though the pagan origin remained clear, the bride wore the usual white gown with coloured veil, varying from orange to scarlet red, with local flowers on her head, and if the ceremony was particularly solemn, some leaves from the well-known tree of life. The groom usually clad himself formally with no particularly specific prescriptions, having to essentially provide for the decorum of his outfit and for having his head covered by a hat as a sign of submission. The priest then sanctioned the bond between the married couple and the goddess, and the man was made to swear love to the goddess and his bride. The bride was considered a vicar of the goddess on earth, and every offense against the woman would be considered an offense against the goddess, who possessed the power to forgive him only in exchange for acts of penitence or harsh punishments. This rapidly spread fear of betraying the goddess, to whose wrath the massacre of the faithless is attributed. During the ritual there was also a part in which the bride became the living host of the goddess, and the man had to dedicate to her some prayers using the name which every cultist used during moments of ardent passion: Anna. Okay, Anna is the name of the goddess. Alright. Alright. Okay, good times. The beauty she shines of. Oh, here it is, the symbol. Of all the rituals and impetrations used by the cult of the goddess, of which we have erstwhile spoke, verily the most perilous is the invocation of our goddess herself. What an idiot, why would you do that? A rite which engenders direct contact with her. It was also considered so perilous inside the cult itself as to be deemed unholy, and even if passed on as a primary secret, it nathless needs to be done for the complete knowledge of the rituals of the cult, and its practice has always been advised against. The goddess is a maternal entity, but she is also characterized by the total inexistence of limits, and as much as she is capable of boundless love, her wrath and perversion can be boundless as well. Hey, that sounds fun. It is more likely for mankind to evoke her ire as 300 years hence she was burned as a witch after curing a sick man using but simple healing herbs. Wait a minute, she was a person? She was an actual person and you guys burned her? This terrible happening left a mark in the sacred places of the goddess. The brook flowing under the temple, which provides fecundity on the grounds around it, appears polluted by infiltrations, which appears sulphurous by color and smell, and it's well known that it has not been always like this. Therefore it feels like a reminder for that horrible struggle. However, in case of greatest peril and uncertainty, were it to become necessary to ask her intervention, it would also be the only way to learn the deepest secrets of the goddess herself. Therefore, here thou wilt find what is known about the ritual, but whoever seeks to try it must do so with caution. Aha. An image must be prepared of the goddess to act as a bridge between herself and the inferior world, and it must be an image of the goddess imposed of benevolent teaching. The likeness must primarily depict the goddess's face, and she must be clad in enveloping garb, like a ceremonial robe or similar vest. It must be modest and decorous, or else the goddess may take offense. It will then be the moment to bestow the offer, to beseech her for her divine help. The lips of the image must be wetted with the holy blood of the sacred tree of life, the plant related to the cult of the goddess of which we will onwardly speak. The goddess will of course decide to accept the offer, and the celebrant will be able to verify it through her emblem. I am confident I have warned thee enough of the dangers bound to this ritual. The direct supplication to the goddess will depend on her disposition, the merit of the offer, and instead of assistance, a punishment may have been given. Hey, good times. Alright, we're gonna summon Anna. Wow, hey, look. Look at all of these. I'm guessing we are just one short of all of the insights, or whatever they're called. The beauty she shines over, that's the one we looked at. And the next one, the invisible world. From this and other testimonies given by men and women, priests and doctors, all of confirmed faith, I have come to the conclusion that some persons elected whimsically by our Lord with no countenance to origin, rank, or trade have the capacity to glimpse the world in its good and bad beyond matter and shape, as if in them were lacerations, such as, without seeking to diminish to such talent, a child does when peeking through the keyhole to learn about things that should not be of concern to him. Therefore, from testimonies of dark ceremonies, some schools of alchemy manage to ken the secret of such visions and reign it in some masks. Thus, whoever wears these masks would acquire the same power of the individuals of whom we hitherto speak. Okay, so the game has told us a few times now to wear the masks. I just don't know if that's a good idea. Let me just walk around here and see if anything bad happens. There's like a flashing light. What's that sound? Bro, stop that! Okay, we're gonna wear a mask. We're gonna wear Mask of the Assassin, because that allows us to see what happens to people who have died. Alright, you're in here, right? There was a dead body on the bed. It didn't seem to be all that useful for me to wear this mask, though. Did you guys see that? Maybe I'm wearing the wrong mask. So that's happened twice now. Let me just go back. Should I wear the other mask? Oh hey, the woman's here again. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you pointing at? Oh, she's pointing at... What is this? She's pointing at something on the... Is she pointing at the wall? I don't see anything on the wall though. And like, what is that symbol? Oh, I'm losing sanity. I think I'm losing sanity, guys. Cool.